Well, stormy weather and van problems. We were working on the van a little bit here, and I noticed that the front Y pipe was cracked and the right manifold was broken. It was making a lot of noise. It didn't seem too bad when you were driving, but when it was cold starting up, you'd smell exhaust, and it was all kinds of problems. I was lucky to be at my friend's place in Manitoba. Here you can see the manifold. It's broken right in half. Look at that damage to it. That's been leaking for quite some time. We had an awful time getting things apart. It took a tremendous amount of heat to get the manifold off and to get the Y pipe off. Here Wayne is welding up the pipe. There were a bunch of cracks in the manifold pipe, and Wayne ground them and welded them and saved me having to buy a new pipe. It took an hour or two just grinding and welding and fixing this thing up, but it saved like $600 for a new pipe and waiting to get it. We thought we were going to get this done really fast. There were lots of cracks here on the spout for the oxygen sensor. Wayne welded it all up and patched it all together. It's going to be stronger than new, actually. It's a welded pipe to begin with, so there was a lot of welding done. He's cleaned it all up and filling in all the low spots. I thought he was brazing it, but this is actual welding rod that he's putting in. Here we're trying to remove the stud. Well, Wayne is trying to remove it. He's heating it up, and we heated it and cooled it and heated it and cooled it and put penetrating oil on, but nothing would budge that thing. It was just like part of the manifold. So we wound up, Wayne drilled it out and tapped it. Here he's grinding the Y pipe again, getting the slag rust and everything off of it so he can clean it all up and seal it so it won't start leaking again 5 minutes down the road. He did a heck of a job on this thing. So he's welding it together with this metal, and it's all like in one piece now. Now, the problem with the bolts for the manifold studs, a lot of them broke off inside the head. Now you might have to take the head off and drill them out or something like that. So Wayne was heating them up and trying to get them out. Here he arc welded some nuts onto the studs. He figured that if he welded these nuts onto the studs and then heated them up, we'd be able to back them out. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Spend a lot of time trying this. Now what we're resorting to, Wayne's drilling out the studs. Now this terrifies me. I'm not a machinist. I've never done any machining, and anything my uncle and my dad worked on, if we needed a machinist, we'd get one. But Wayne was able to drill these out. On this one here, he actually had to put in a helicoil to get it to work again. The easy outs wouldn't work. In fact, one of them snapped off inside the head, and we had to drill through that. I drilled it out with a carbaloy bit that Wayne had. It took quite a while to get through it. Here you can see the nuts on the manifold. But try as we might, we couldn't get them out, and we wound up having to drill one of them out and put a helicoil in. Wayne even cut cross marks into the nuts to make them weld tighter. Here you can see the EGR heat pipe broken in half. We replaced that. There you can see one of the studs. The one on the left here has been drilled out. You can see the point of the drill mark right in the middle. This one has to be drilled out yet. There you can see perfectly centered on that one, no problem there. But one of them had to have a helicoil put in. One of the U-bolts was broken off on the back of the muffler. There the manifold is back in place. Look at that. Brand new manifold, clean bolts. The van's all ready to go again. Wow. Listen to the way it's running now. It's nice and quiet. Really nice and quiet. What I like the most about it, you don't smell exhaust when you start it up first thing. It's really nice. Now we're back out on the open road again. Look at that. We're headed for Theodore Roosevelt Park. We're going to have a great time there. We've got a whole agenda ahead of us for the next couple months. I hope we'll be able to make it. It's been quite a trip. I thought we were going to get the van fixed in a few hours, like getting the bolts out. Last time I did a gasket like that, it took 3 hours to take the bolts out and put the gasket in. This time it took like 3 weeks. It was kind of like Gilligan's Island, a 3-hour cruise turning into a nightmare. Take a look at these old cars. Wow, there's quite a collection here on Wayne's property. They're beautiful. We're going to do a whole video on an auction sales and on the cars. So if you come on back pretty soon, a week or so, we're going to have a video up showing you a lot of these cars and some of the auction action. Now this car reminds me of my Uncle Carl. Wow, look at that. It's all in pieces, and I don't know what it actually was, but there's quite a bit of material here that could go into a project. I'd like to see some of these cars restored and back on the road. So thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Please like and subscribe. Come on back soon.